Hi, welcome to H2O-incorporated.com. Today I'm going to try to explain as much as I can and fit it in one video as opposed to having to watch a lot of videos like I had before, which makes it difficult for people to understand everything. So what I've done is I've recollected my entire life of learning everything under the scope of astrology, and it actually makes perfect sense. When we attach the alphabet to the zodiac, starting with first letter with the first house, second letter with the second house, third letter with the third house, and so on, by the time we make it to the 12th letter, L, we run out of space, so we'll put the 13th letter, M, in Aries again, and then N in Taurus, and so on, right? We do the same thing with the Chinese zodiac. Please bear with me, you'll see how useful that is in life. For that, we go back to the Chinese mythology, the rat being the first animal to be called to answer to the call of the emperor, the ox being the second, and so on. So we know A goes with the rat, B goes with the ox, and so on, right? Same as we did with the Greek alphabet. And knowing that, that's the Roman alphabet of 26 letters. Knowing that our Earth takes 24 hours to rotate on itself, and the Greek had a geocentric system, that's why they had 24 letters, so that each one of them could be assigned to 1 hour, and we know the difference because of one letter, whether it's day or night. And that's how they calculated, based on the theorem of Thales, a mathematician from Anatolia, modern day Turkey, how they calculated their equinoxes and were able to build everything that they built. There's a lot of materials to cover, so I'm going to try to do my best to explain it. This is a children's model of what our solar system is like. This would be the Sun, then Mercury, okay, which orbits in 88 days. The Sun has an 11-year cycle. After Mercury, the second planet is Venus. So let me link the two to astrology. Mercury governs Gemini in the spring, and when it's in the fall, it governs Virgo, the time that we're in right now, okay? Venus governs Libra in the fall and governs Taurus in the other side of the sun when it's in May for Taurus in the spring. Third planet comes our Earth, okay, which is right here, which takes 24 hours to orbit on itself. Venus takes 225 years to go around, and that was the basis of observation for the Mayan, Venus and Mars. 26 months for Mars to go around, divided by 2 is 13. Then comes Jupiter, which takes 12 years to go around and is the basis for the Chinese zodiac, one sign per year. After that comes Saturn. Saturn takes 29 years to go around, and it has 4 seasons of 7 years each. And beyond that is Uranus, which takes 84 years to go around, same as Benjamin Franklin, who was born on January 17th and died on January 17th, 84 years precisely later. And then comes Neptune, which takes 165 years to go around. Now, academician will tell you that the only way to calculate orbits is using the Newtonian system, who was a Capricorn, by the way, with square roots and everything. But turns out that if you're just trying to teach children how to do this, you can use simple mathematics, 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 is 7, and that's how many days we have in a week, right? You multiply that same 7 by 4 and you get how long it takes the moon to go around the Earth, 28 days. Now I'm going to do 3 times 4, and that's 12. And that's the time it takes the Earth to orbit around in 12 months, or Jupiter to do the same thing in 12 years. And that's already 2 orbits covered. Now if I do 7 times 12, I get the orbit of Uranus, 84 years. And if I do 7 times 12, it's the same as 7 times 1, between parentheses, times 12. So if I switch that 1 to a 2, I got 14 times 12, that's 168, which is, Neptune takes 165 years to go around. So the difference between the real orbit of Neptune and the number I get with just 3 and 4 is a difference of 3, from 65 to 68. And then Neptune, which is not on this model, thank you to Neil deGrasse Tyson, who belittled it to a dwarf planet, so we can't study fully because of his ego. Sorry about that, about him. Neptune takes 248 years to go around. 7 times 3, which is 21, times 12 equals 252, a difference of 4. So I get back my 3 and 4 I started with from Neptune and Pluto. And so I'm going to have to make separate videos to explain how I need to take out those planets, to just explain in simplicity, just with the Earth and Jupiter, what things happen. But ultimately, I wanted to explain that astrology is also linked to the real science of things, because a Nobel Peace Prize by the name of Sir John Eccles, okay, who received his Nobel Prize in 1963 for his work on neurology, on the effect of the geomagnetic disturbance of the Earth on the human brain. And I live next to power lines. I can check every time that there is an accident at this intersection if on that day NASA says that there was solar storm or not. And every time there is solar storms, and engines are electromagnetic, so is the brain. So as you can see, it involves so much more than just Western astrology or Eastern astrology. We have to put it together and synchronize it together, and then study it deeply to understand how the Vedic astrology from the Hindus connects to the Chinese Qigong, which connects to the Greek astrology, which itself connects to the Chinese astrology, and the years that it matches the position of Jupiter, whether it would be perpendicular or opposite to us or the sun. And in any case, I'm working very hard to try to make these videos as objective as possible. It's gonna take time. The book is coming out little by little, but I'm trying to do this in English and in French, and trying to get feedback from both sides to help people comprehend without wasting their time, and how it affects your life due to that perpendicularity, depending on what your personal sign may be, your personal configuration. Because it's not just what your Greek sign is, but what year were you born. And depending on that year where Jupiter was, every time it's going to be perpendicular to that point, is going to make you feel uneasy, and possibly tug you towards somebody of that sign that you're not necessarily meant to be with in a private relationship, but more as an acquaintance. So anyway, a lot of noise here. I'm not sorry about that. Thank you for watching. Please pass it on. Put a like on the video if you liked it. And knowledge is worthless until it is passed on. If you find it useful, make sure your friends also benefit from it. And as we share free knowledge that is actually objective, then we will get a better community for it, with understanding each other better. Include as opposed to exclude. Excluding doesn't help anyone. Thank you. Have a nice day.